Duke Tobin.
Did you listen to the presser?
I did. I was at work. I read the transcripts. I read the quotes. I heard it all. To me, it's still a bunch of word vomit. He still has confidence in the talent that we have. He wants to improve. He basically the gist of what I heard was he wants to improve the lines, the front lines of the offense and the defense, but mainly the defensive line. And his philosophy of pressuring the quarterback will take off the pressure of the secondary. And maybe it wasn't all their fault because we didn't get pressure on the quarterback.
Well, we didn't do that last year either. You didn't fix it.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's all to me.
What
He thinks he understands the problem, but I need him to fix it.
before we rip it into, were there any positives you took from it? Because there were a few I took.
Let's hear 'em. What are your positives?
I mean, I think at least admitting that they need to do more on defense and they need to do more in free agency.
Well, if he doesn't say that, he's not going to have a job, Nick. Of course he's going to say that. What did
I'm
you want him
trying
to
to
say?
find any
Hold on. So you
any
expected.
positive.
So your positive is he got up there and said that the defense wasn't good enough. Well, what was he going
They
to say?
weren't good
Oh,
enough
the
last year.
defense
They
was
didn't do
great.
anything in free agency.
What was he going to say? Well, he didn't talk last year either.
Well, he did. He just didn't talk at Paycor after the season was over.
Right. That's what I'm saying. He didn't have this press conference last year. So, no, I did not expect him to get up there and say, man, the defense, it wasn't their fault, blah, blah, blah. Like, of course, if he doesn't get up there and say it's not acceptable, then they're going to have a problem. Otherwise, what are you talking for?
No, I mean, yeah, but really, that's about the only positive I took from it.
So the only problem was him admitting the defense wasn't good. Well, the numbers say that because we were 30th and 31st in scoring.
Well, to him, it was not just defense; it was not getting stops late, and and not playing complementary football, which he's right with that. I mean, even when the defense was a little better, I mean, the offense. I mean, you can't have 2 turnovers for pick sixes. You can't have how many touchdowns did the offense give up this year?
I agree.
I mean, you can't do that either. So you have to figure out a way to play complementary football. But I mean, you're right. Like he was very defensive the whole time. There was a question asked about trying to get contracts done earlier, and you've got Dax Hill and you've got DJ Turner, guys that are eligible for contract extensions. Go ahead and trying to get them done. And
Yeah.
he acts like they've tried to do that in the past, and no, you didn't. And that's why you had to pay more for Jamar and T. Like if you would have got those done earlier,
Correct.
you would have spent less money.
That's
and
correct.
then your entire offseason wouldn't have revolved around their extensions, and you would have had an opportunity to maybe go after some more free agents.
That is correct.
Get in front of some of this stuff.
That
And
100%.
quit telling me that we've done it before. We've done it before. Yeah, you have. You got to the Super Bowl. You got to the AFC Championship. That was 4 and 5 years ago. Just because you did it doesn't mean you can do it again. You have to change.
Yes.
You have to change the way that you're doing things.
Yes.
And I know it's small that I get a little bit of positives from the fact that he's like, we got to get into free agency. And the reason is because they didn't do that last year. And they knew this defense sucked.
Is the reason they didn't do it last year, and I don't want to give him an excuse because I think he sucks and he doesn't know what he's doing, but is the reason that they didn't do it last year is because they were so wrapped up in the Jamar and T and Trey drama and trying to get that done that they just basically ignored everything else because A, they probably didn't know how much money they had to spend, and B, it was just basically taking up all of their focus.
Well, if that's true, then that's just a negative on the franchise as well.
Well, this is another
because you got to be able to multitask. But I think
agree.
you're right. I think it absolutely played a role in why they weren't active in free agency.
So if you're looking for a positive, maybe the positive this year is you don't have that drama anymore. They're wrapped up. There's no looming big contract extensions that are out there to that magnitude. Trey's going to be a free agent. You free up that space, that money that his contract would have been. And, now let's just go out and focus on actually getting dudes. Just go get dudes. And I think I saw a quote when he was talking about improving the pass rush and if he doesn't do it you do it in the draft. Well, he's tried that in the draft over the last several years with Miles Murphy and Joseph Asai, and those guys are not working out. They're not working out. So you trying to address this in the draft, and Shamar Stewart, another example. You trying to address the pass rush in the draft, we need to stop with that. let's just go get a proven dude that can actually get after the quarterback that knows what he's doing at this
You
level.
you also need to find somebody who can get to the quarterback from the inside. That's not an edge rusher. Like, if you can get some pressure up the middle too, you can add a guy of that caliber, they
He tried that
I
with Sheldon Rankins because Rankins sacked Joe
well
Burrow twice in a game and thought that Sheldon Rankins was the next
well,
coming of
I
the
mean,
refrigerator
that's
Perry.
another example of why they're idiots because you had the worst rushing defense in the NFL, you lose DJ Reader and don't replace him with another rush stopper, you had a sack defensive tackle, and that was just an embarrassment. Uh, I will say the thing that just irked me more than anything is him talking about how nobody works as hard as he does.
Ugh.
And look, you can believe that, but I mean, whenever anybody says that, I just feel like you're defending, like over defending yourself. Like if you're really good at your job, you don't need to tell somebody nobody works harder than I do.
Yeah, the high school kid bagging my groceries at Kroger down the street works as hard as Duke Tobin does. Like, that kid works
But
hard.
but
Everybody
like
works hard at their job. Most
if I'm
people do work hard at their jobs because you wanna be good at your job. You don't wanna suck because then you get fired. And
right,
usually when you suck at your job, you get fired unless your name's Duke Tobin.
it should go without saying. And if I'm conducting a job interview and somebody comes in and says, "Nobody's gonna work as hard as me." Well, what is that? That does nothing.
That's what I
It does
expect out of
nothing.
you. That's an expectation. It's
That
not a
does nothing.
positive, it's an
Mm.
expectation. Like
Also, you
like
don't know that. You don't know that. You can't prove it. You
you
can't
also
prove
can't
it.
prove it. No, you're right. It is tangible. Like, you can't prove it, but also it's an expectation that you're gonna come in and work hard at your job and work as hard as you can. Like, I don't know if anybody is working as hard as you or harder than you, but if you can tell me that you're working as hard as you can, and that's all I can expect. But that is an expectation. It's not a brag on yourself. "Oh, I'm working really hard at this." That's your job, because
It is your
otherwise you suck at your job, you get fired, and what should be happening here. It's plain as day, and it's not happening. And we talked about this last week, and you didn't believe it was gonna happen. But this just shows the differences in the franchises of the Cincinnati Bengals and a team like the Baltimore Ravens, who they missed the playoffs this one year, didn't meet expectations, and they fire a Super Bowl winning coach, a coach that's gone to 4 AFC championship games, won multiple division titles, probably going to be in the Hall of Fame at some point, won a ton of games, more than he's lost, and they fired him after 1 year because they didn't meet expectations. And here we are hanging on to these bums, Zach Taylor and the Duke Tobins, when we haven't made the playoffs in 3 years, when we've got the quality of talent of the Jamar Chase, the Joe Burrows, the T. Higgins, and the rest of those guys. Like, we don't
well,
take it seriously like they do. They take it dead serious.
well, I said it last week when I told you that John Harbaugh was not gonna get fired,
Yeah,
that if he does get fired, then I'm definitely gonna fire Zach Taylor and he can come on, just drive on down to Cincinnati.
I'll take it
I
back.
I wouldn't fire John
I
Harbaugh,
would not have either. I would not have either. I would have given him a little more leniency, but that's how
and
seriously that organization takes
well
winning.
Give